right, so we are making a very, very small batch of lotion bars today, and I want to show you how easy it can be to make lotion bars. So I'm starting with 1/3 cup of, now I'm not weighing this out because I'm doing such a tiny version, but generally we recommend weighing out your ingredients. So it's 1/3 cup of coconut oil. We're going to do 1/3 of a cup of shea butter. Shea butter is in just about everything. It's in my lip balms, it's in my creams, it's in all the things. All right, so you have a little more freedom when you're making something like this than you do with something like a lotion, where you have to be very, very exact, but basically what we want is equal amounts. And then we're going to do 1/3 of a cup of sweet almond oil. I also love working with sweet almond oil. There are other oils that you can use, of course, but I do like the benefits of this one on the skin. And then we're going to do an equal amount of beeswax. Beeswax is going to kind of keep everything together. Finally, we're going to add our vitamin E, and I actually have the amount measured out here. So we're doing about a 1/2 teaspoon of vitamin E. Okay, so that's what we've got in here. Now what I'm going to do is put this on a double boiler on the stove, so just kind of melt it down in a water bath, and then we'll be back to pour it in the mold. So super simple, and of course we'll add some fragrance, and I'll show you what my signature fragrance is for this. I'm going to actually share that with you today. The mixture is all melted. There's just a little bit, that's hot. There's just a little bit of beeswax left, but you can see it's good and hot. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our essential oil combo. So we're adding in a tiny bit of lavender and vanilla. All right, now I have these pre-measured. I'm just leaving them in this container because I want to get rid of the containers afterwards. And then tangerine. I'm sorry, not tangerine, orange oil. You can use tangerine though too. So the combination of these 3 fragrances makes it almost like a candy crunch smell. It's really, really nice. And I have just always used it in my lotion bars and in bath tea. So there you go, fragrance tip. So now we're going to just pour it into these little leaf molds, which I love. So these are just little Wilton leaf molds. They have a leaf on the top when I pop them out. And they're just nice little lotion bars. I also do lotion bars in tubes, but I really like having these just to use in gift sets, and I put them at the store because people tend to like to grab these along with a lip balm. I'm making a small batch today just because I don't have any in the studio, and I just sold 2 of them online with an order, so someone's going to get a very fresh lotion bar. So usually I do about 4 of these trays, but today again we're just doing a few. So I'll show you what they look like once they're popped out of the mold. You just kind of leave them in here until they set, and if you're having trouble getting them out of the mold, you can pop it in the freezer and you'll be able to get it out that way. So this is what the cute little lotion bar looks like when it's in the tin. So you can see how big it is. Not super big. This is my label with the lavender, orange, and vanilla, and I call it Pamper Your Skin. And then basically, this one's my personal one, so don't worry, I'm not picking up your lotion bar and using it on my skin. But it's a good size, and it's great to pop in your purse. It has the cute little leaf design on top, and you basically just take it, and you know, when it gets in contact with your skin, that part of it melts, and then you put it back in, and back in your purse it goes. Or whatever, it's easy for traveling and things too, so you don't have to have like liquids and that kind of stuff.
there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will leave an actual recipe down in the description for you.
All right, so let's take a look at the most beautiful soap. This one's called Imagine. I keep wanting to call it Inspire, but that's a different one, which I would love to make a soap out of. But the fragrances they just don't soap well. So that stays in a scrub. Inspire is one that I put in my whipped soap scrub, and I don't have it for sale online. I made it kind of exclusively for the shop and my Facebook group to try it out and see if they liked it, and they loved it. It has a beautiful shimmery top. The smell of this is champagne and honey and apple. So good. One of my favorite new smells. So glad I kind of accidentally discovered this combo. The inside, I just want it to be a beautiful soft pink. So there you go, you can see the shimmers on top. So we're gonna get this cut, and thought we would just do a little chat time while we're cutting soap today. How today's video is going to kind of come together. I have some different pieces of footage, but I've kind of been thinking about doing a little more just real talk on women's issues. I always say that, and I feel like I never get to it, so let's just do it. I just got back from my mid-morning. I always do a workout break between my teaching in the morning and working in the studio. Good morning. I am headed to the gym. So what my morning looks like so far, I just finished a couple hours of teaching online, and then I jumped in my workout clothes, and I am now headed into the gym so that I can do my Wednesday workout. So I thought I'd just go over what my workout plan looks like. On Wednesdays, I am not taking any classes. I just go into the fitness studio or the fitness room, and I do certain weights that I didn't feel that I covered as much in my weights classes that I take on Monday and Friday. So today I'm going to do back work, leg work, and core work. And then I'm going to get on the stair stepper for a little bit, just to kind of have some muscle confusion and mix things up a little bit. On Mondays and Fridays, I do a body pump class, which is an hour of full body weights, so it covers everything. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I jog, and then sometimes walk with a friend if I can, get that in. Tomorrow I'll be walking with my friend Teresa, who has been in South Carolina at her home on the Isle of Palms for the last 6 months. So she's back now, and we usually walk together, so we'll do that. And then one day during the weekend, I try to get in a jog as well. So I have a pretty packed workout schedule, and I'm finding that has kind of gotten me out of my fitness slump, and also just helped me on my weight loss journey as well. I really need, especially at my age right now, to keep really active, and this is helping me to do that. So in addition to fitness, I'll share a little bit more about what I'm doing diet-wise to kind of tweak things. I've been doing intermittent fasting, but I haven't seen a huge change with that. Trying to stay in a calorie deficit, and that's sometimes difficult for me to do, but what I've found is just by eating low calorie dense foods, that has helped a lot. And then if I'm going to the shop, I'm not really working in the studio very much. I just have to head down there. So anyway, today's a studio day, not a shop day. Someone's working down there for me. So pretty. Oh my gosh, if you guys could smell this. Apple, honey, and champagne. Try to envision this. It's almost like perfume but something you would smell at a winery too. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. And it actually looks exactly how I wanted it to look, really light. Okay, anyway, so I went with my friend Teresa, who has been on the Isle of Palms at her, she bought a house there as a rental property in a place that she and her husband plan to move to. So she has spent the spring season down there, just came back up here for summer. So we got together because we always have walked once a week, and we went on an hour-long walk, which was not long enough to catch up on everything, but we did determine that this December is my husband and I's 25th wedding anniversary. He's been asking what I want to do, so now I have a plan. We are going to go down there and stay with her for 4 days and just explore the area around, because I really want to move to the south when my third son is in college. But in the meantime, I'd really like to get some kind of an investment property there. Just have to figure out where. My place that I'm so partial to is the Outer Banks of North Carolina, but I am thinking about South Carolina as well. And I'd like to go kind of look around the Isle of Palms, maybe look at St. James, St. John, even look at Folly Beach. I love Charleston. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm excited to have that plan. But I also have a lot going on this fall. So definitely stay here or subscribe if you're interested in kind of following me along, because I'm going to be taking my YouTube channel on some trips. We have plane tickets, my mom and my sister and I, to California. Like most of my family is out in California in different areas. And we were supposed to go out for a visit when COVID hit. So now we are going to go out there, I don't know, maybe in October or something like that. And in the fall, I also want to do this trip with my mom that will be about a week long or so. We've decided we're going to rent a van that is kind of, you know, decked out into like one of those van life vans that you see on YouTube. I've just like kind of been obsessed with this for so long that I'm just going to go and rent one and take my mom, and we're going to go to New England. Just take a couple days, and I'm going to put magnets all over the side with my business and kind of just do like a business road trip. And I was thinking about maybe doing an event or two, or just selling out of the van and shipping from where I go. I haven't like nailed down all the logistics of that yet, but will definitely be fun and entertaining. So stay with me if you'd like to see that, the trip to California, the trip down south to do a little exploration. There's a lot going on. We also have a trip to Atlantic City in September from a Toby Keith concert that my husband got for me and my sister and her husband that was canceled because of COVID. We had a lot of things canceled because of COVID when we finally had decided to get out and do some traveling. So we're making up for a little bit of that. So I will be taking YouTube with me. So anyway, back to the walk with Teresa. The reason we were doing the walk was, or the reason we have been doing the walk is just, you know, we're both kind of in that same age where it's just really hard to take weight off that you've gained, and with COVID happening, of course, wasn't helpful at all, right? So just gonna line these up as we're chatting. So anyway, fitness and diet have always been this hurdle in my life, and I'm really working hard at, you know, just I need to take off like 30 pounds. So there it is. It's on YouTube, and I am going to kind of document how I'm doing some of that here. So right now I do weight training combined with jogging, and I'm walking with Teresa just to catch up with her during the week, and we do, you know, kind of a power walk for an hour, so it's a good workout. But anyway, I've got 3 days of weight training and then 3 days of jogging / walking. And as far as eating, you know, I've looked at a lot of different approaches to eating over the years, and what I'm doing now is just eating very whole foods based, low calorie density types of foods. Lots of, you know, fruits and veggies and brown rice and that kind of stuff. That's actually what I enjoy eating. I really enjoy eating a very vegetarian, not necessarily vegan type of lifestyle, just because I really like dairy. So so far it's working. It's just very slow, but I really want to get to the point where by the time I am 50 that I am in the best shape that I can possibly be in, fitness-wise, diet-wise, all of those things. So I'm going to be talking about some of those details as I go through. You know, every week I'm going to be posting either on Thursday or Friday. I'm aiming for Thursdays right now to get a video up, and it's going to include some kind of fitness and nutrition update as well. So I'm going to click off here and we'll be back. What I noticed that was out there is that there were some after sun sprays that were very just kind of a mix of distilled water and aloe and all of them, of course, you know, maybe another oil or something melted down, but there were some things that I didn't see. They don't all have vitamin E, which I think is just a critical component of this. They didn't have any glycerin, which really is a nice element for skin softening, and I just really like that moisturizing element for my creams, so I wanted that in here as well. I also wanted it to be thicker. I don't want it to just go on like a water. I want it to be able to spray, but I want it to be able to be a little bit thick. So this also contains argan oil. So we've got argan oil in here so that it is just moisturizing for the skin. And of course aloe vera. And I also wanted to add a liquid coconut oil because it's also moisturizing for the skin, and it absorbs very quickly. So I decided I wanted to make this have one scent. I don't want to really, mess around with this too much in terms of different scents. I just want one. I want it to be beachy. So I decided on kind of an ocean rain. And then I thought I'd take you with me as I put some in the bottles. So we'll add a bit of an ocean rain to this. Oh, another thing, probably the most important thing that I forgot to mention was the preservative. There needs to be a skin-safe preservative in these things because it's still a mist, even if it's thick. All right, you can see that it's pretty thick. But there needs to be a preservative in all of these after sun sprays that I'm seeing out there, and I don't see any sign of one. And many of them are made with like a water base. So mine is more of like an aloe base, but even the aloe vera gel, you can get bacteria. So you need to be careful with that and, be safe with these things, especially if you're selling them. So it does have a skin safe preservative, a cosmetic preservative in there, just to ensure safety. I just think that's really important. So what we're going to do is, this Ocean Rain is amazing, by the way. I think it's the perfect fragrance. So we're going to put these in just a really good stir. Loosen it up just a little bit. I think this is what I'm looking for. So it's kind of like a cross between a mist and a lotion, which is what a lot of my things end up being. All right, see how these do with the jars. My labels are still in design, and I should have those soon. Okay, so it's filling really nicely. And I think this is just the right size, the 4 ounce. That way I can offer it at a competitive price. It's a size that you can just kind of pop in your beach bag. And you can see how much I'm pouring here. It's a good amount, and it's gonna come out with a mister. So as I am waiting for that to go down, let me show you the tops and the misting sprays. I have to see how long it is because oftentimes we need to trim them, but I think this one might be okay as is. I might want to trim it a little. I think we might be okay with this. Yeah, I'm going to try it. All right, so we're topping this off, and it looks great. So there we have it. And the top is on. And then soon I'll have my labels, so it'll be a new label design. I just heard from my designer this morning. They'll be done hopefully by the end of the night tonight. She is doing some additional soap boxes for some new soaps for me too that are coming out this fall and winter. Okay, so stay with me, and I will let you know how these are going. They will be for sale in the store in Chesapeake City, and I'm thinking I may put them, I don't know if I'm going to put them on my website or put them on Etsy. I may test them on both and see how they do. So obviously this is just going to be a summer product, and I'm starting with a very small batch. This is not the whole batch, it's just allowing me to pour. So, but we are starting with a really small batch. There will be a limited amount just to make sure this is exactly what I want, but I think I've got it down to what I'm looking for here. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon.